On 10 Things to Know About, we're going to be talking about virtual reality. And so we thought we'd give you an experience of what it's like to be shooting 10 Things to Know About. So normally, when you're facing this way, you just see me on the screen. But if you have a look over here, so look behind you on the left, you can see the crew. So there is Chris, and there's Hillary, the producer, who's making sure that I look fantastic on screen. There's Paul, who's often hidden behind the camera. We've got Steve, we've got Jen, who does everything in the background, and Niall, the tech person who's making all this happen. So in 360, you can see everything around you, and that means everybody has to look well. Good job, guys.
In the centenary year of the 1916 Rising, I'm here on Mount Street in Dublin to meet with researchers who are gathering data to help them better understand one of the most famous battles of the Easter Rising week. Susan, can you tell me, what is this Fiora project about?
So the project is about recreating the battle, called the Battle of Mount Street Bridge, in a virtual world, so that we can better spatially and temporally understand what happened on that Wednesday of history.
So this is really something that's going to be of benefit to historians to properly understand what happened, rather than depending on the few primary sources that we have from the Battle of Mount Street.
In some way, it augments the primary sources, and we would use many primary sources in creating the virtual world. But it's also for anybody. The world is available online, and so anybody who's interested in time, in battles, in history, in technology, can go into the world and see this place in 1916.
Play computer games for too much of your life, and your body will waste away, right? But for Irish people diagnosed with paraplegia, surprising new research is showing that virtual reality may hold the key to curing the incurable. The Walk Again project in Brazil uses brain-machine interface therapy, essentially brain training, to help patients with spinal cord injuries who can no longer walk. Virtual reality headgear transports the patient into an immersive environment where they become an avatar, a digital likeness of themselves. The patients imagine walking in a virtual world and even playing in a digital game of football. This training reinserts the representation of using their lower limbs back into the patient's brains, forcing them to create mental images of movement. The more the patients move, the more their bodies use any surviving nerves. To increase the sensory experience, the virtual reality device is connected to a pressure pad on the patient's forearm to deliver the distinct sensations of walking on sand or grass. After this training, the patients move on to using robotic walking devices. And while no patient can yet walk unaided, one has been able to walk using leg braces and crutches, and another has even been able to return to driving her car. Who said playing computer games was bad for you? See you next time.
I'm here at the National Shooting Centre to see how the team gathered data on the weapons to feed into the virtual model of the battle. So Alan, can you tell me, what is the data that we're going to be looking for today?
Well, the data essentially relates to accuracy or speed of reloading, but you need to measure that across a wide range of shooters. There's no use bringing down experienced military shooters because, you know, they'd have a certain capability. The volunteers on the day didn't have that, so you have to get people who are beginners, all with a small amount of training, all the way up to experts, to establish certain parameters, plus or minus. And then from that, for the model, we'll draw a probabilistic inference, because we know it's most likely this is what happened or similar to.
So we've got two guns here now, and these were actually used in 1916.
Yeah, well, the Holt Mauser would be certainly familiar to many. It picked up that name, of course, because the majority of them were landed at Holt. A rifle going back to 1871. It's old now, but it was old back then as well, you know, it was old technology. And then we have this C96 Broom handle Mauser in 7.63mm. Essentially, it's a pistol in this configuration with a stock. But this very gun here is the actual gun Lieutenant Michael Malone used on that very day.
And this is actually from the National History Museum?
Yes, it was given to him by De Valera. And after, by some sort of form, it went back to the De Valera family and then was presented again to the National History Museum.
So we're in a really privileged position today to use these actual weapons to generate this data, to put it into the virtual model. So the battle that you will be going through will be kind of as it was in the day.
Okay. So as we practiced, I'm going to hand over to you,
Okay.
and in your own time, get into position, and when you're comfortable, give fire to target.
I'm just still amazed at the fact that this was used on Mount Street in 1916. And this is the amateur data. Okay.
All clear?
Oh, I've got the target.
Okay, give me a look. All clear. That's great. My
Sorry,
control.
thank you.
Okay.
All the data collected by the team is eventually used to create the virtual reality program. The project is still in development, but the aim is to have a fully interactive virtual reality model of the battle, including avatars of the Irish volunteers and the British soldiers. It shows the incredible potential of VR technologies to better help us understand such key historic events.